Today we will see class 12 macroeconomics unit 4 chapter 3 economic reforms since 1991. Since independence, India followed a mixed economic structure which combined the advantages of both the socialist and capitalist economies. The inefficient management of the Indian economy in the 1980s leads to the financial crisis. The government generates funds through taxation, running of public sectors, etc., in order to implement various policies and for the general administration. Hence, the Indian government has introduced many economic reforms in India since 1991. Need of economic reforms. In 1990 to 1991, India had to face the grave economic problem. During the year 1991, India was facing an economic crisis because of its external debt. The government was not able to repay the money it had borrowed from abroad. India was facing serious deficiency in her foreign trade balance and it was increasing. Since 1987 to 88 till 1990 to 91, it was increasing in such a rapid scale that by the end of 1991, the amount of this deficit balance became 10,644 crores of rupees. At the same time, the foreign exchange stock was also decreasing. In 1990 and 1991, the government of India had to take a huge amount of loan from the IMF as a compulsory financial facility. Even by mortgaging 47 tons of gold, it had taken short-term foreign loan from the Bank of England. At the same time, India was also suffering from inflation, the rate of which was 12% by 1991. The reason of that inflation were increase in the procurement price of the agricultural products for production, the increase in the amount of monetized deficit in the budget, increase of import cost and decrease in the rate of currency exchange and administered price like. Thus, India was facing trade deficit as well as fiscal deficit. Hence, the government of India had only two ways before it. One, to take foreign debt and to create favorable conditions within the country for increasing the flow of foreign exchange and also to increase the volume of export. Two, the other was to establish physical discipline within the country and to make structural adjustment for the purpose. Main features of economic reforms. To get relief from such a grave problem, the government of India had to introduce a package of reforms which included to liberalize the industrial policies of the government, to invite foreign investment by privatization of industries, abolishing the license system as a part of the liberalization, to make the import-export policies of the country more liberal and so that the export of goods may become more easy and the necessary raw materials and the instruments for both industrial development and production of exportable commodities may be imported, and also to facilitate free trade by decreasing the import duty. To decrease the value of domestic currency rupees in terms of dollar, that is devaluation, to take huge amount of foreign debt from the IMF and the World Bank of renovating the economic conditions of the country, and to introduce the structural adjustment in the economic condition of the country as the precondition of the debt. To reform the banking system and the tax structure of the country, and to establish market economy by withdrawing and restricting government influence on investment. Liberalization and privatization and globalization, LPG policies. The new model economic reforms is commonly known as LPG or liberalization, privatization and globalization model. The primary objective of this model was to make the economy of country the fastest developing economic in the globe with the capabilities that helps it match up with the biggest economies of the world. 1. Liberalization. Liberalization refers to the relaxation of the government restrictions, usually in such areas of social, political and economic policy. The economic liberalization in India denotes the continuing financial reforms which began since July 21, 1991. 2. Privatization. Privatization refers to the participation of the private ownership from the public sector or government to the private sector as well as entities in business and services, and transform of ownership from public sector government to the private sector as well. 3. Globalization. Globalization stands for the integration and consolidation of the various economics of the world. Given below are the salient highlights of the liberalization, privatization and globalization policies in India. Foreign technology agreements, foreign investment, MRTP Act 1969 amended, industrial licensing deregulation, beginning of privatization and disinvestment, opportunities for overseas trade, steps to regulate inflation, tax reforms, financial sector reforms, banking reforms, abolishing of license permit Raj. An appraisal of LPG policies. The concept of liberalization, privatization and globalization are actually closely related to one another. The advent of globalization as a result of liberalization, privatization and globalization has both positive and negative impacts on our economy. While one group of people argue that globalization provides greater opportunities, opens up new markets and promotes the use of better technology and increases the efficiency of production, another group of people feel it does not protect their domestic industries, particularly in developing nations. From India's perspective, globalization has improved our conditions of living and opened up employment in fields like entertainment, information technology IT, telecommunication, travel and hospitality. Demonetization. 8 November 2016. The Government of India made an announcement of November 8, 2016 with the profound implications for the Indian economy. The two largest demonetization notes, 500, 1000, were demonetized with the intermediate effect, ceasing to be legal enter except for a few specialized processes such as paying utility bills. This led to 86% of the money in circulation invalid. The people of India had to deposit the invalid currency in the banks, which came along with the restriction placed on the cash withdrawals. In other words, restrictions were placed on the convertibility of domestic money and bank deposits. Meaning of demonetization. Demonetization is a process of stripping a currency unit of its status as a legal enter. In simple words, when the government demonetized the 500 and 1000 rupees notes, they were no longer valid as legal currency. Usually, a new currency replaces the old currency until in India, it is not the first instance of demonetization. In 1946, the Reserve Bank of India had demonetized rupees 1000 and rupees 10,000 currency notes, which were then under circulation. In 1954, the government introduced new currency notes of rupees 1000, rupees 5000 and rupees 10,000. Further, these notes were demonetized in 1978 when the Morarji Desai government decided to curb illegal transactions and anti-social activities. Reason to government demonetize 500 and 1000 notes in 2016. The government made many claims with respect to the objectives and outcomes of the demonetization schemes in 2016. These were: it will plug financing to terrorists, it will help unearth black money, the unearthed black money will also expand the fiscal phase of the government, it will help to reduce interest rates in the banking system, it will help the formalize India's informal economic, reduce the extent of cash transaction and help in creations of a less cash economy. The government offered several incentives to reduce people to use the digital transaction too. Thank you. Sharing is caring. Subscribe for more information. Comment your thoughts.